majority of the shelters won't allow any pets inside of them, okay? So unless they are a CNI dog or a companion dog, those are the only types of pets that will be allowed in the shelter. So you need to plan ahead, make a list, and have written down the a animal shelter in the area or a pet-friendly hotel or motel.
All right, very good. So we've put our kit together, we've made our plan. Now what are we going to do?
Well, one of the things that you have to do once you have your plan is to practice it.
Okay.
We really recommend that you practice it twice a year. Practice your evacuation routes, practice evacuating with your pets and your emergency kits. This is not something you want to be doing for the very first time when your house is on fire or shaking in an earthquake. You want to be really familiar with exactly what you need to do. So like I said, we recommend it twice a year. Maybe when you change your clocks.
Right.
You know, we spring forward, fall back, practice the plan.
Okay, very good. That's a good idea, actually. I like that. I think we'll implement that in my household. So if a disaster happens, what do I do?
Well, the third stage in being Red Cross ready is to be informed.
Okay.
And you start by being familiar with your surroundings. As Ed said, you want to know how to shut off your gas, how to shut off your water, how to shut off your electricity, and how to use one of those special wrenches to shut off your gas.
Especially everything's shaking.
Yes, again, not something you want to be practicing for the very first time when you really need to.
Figuring out, what does this do?
Yeah.
Right.
And you want to be familiar with your surroundings. You know, as you said, you know, escape routes, you know, anything that that could possibly be a hazard. You also want to be familiar with how the authorities will contact you in the case of an emergency. LA County actually has something called a reverse 911 system, in which in an emergency, 911 will call you.
Okay. Your
landlines are already registered. If you can also register your cell phone or your email address at alert.lacounty.gov, which is on the PrepareLA website if you want to go take a look.
Good.
And you should also know which radio stations will broadcast. In Los Angeles, it's KNX 1070 AM. They have the emergency alert system, which used to be called the emergency broadcast system. So when you do have your radio in your kit, as you will, you probably want to tune it to 1070 AM.
Very, very good. I know that when we had like the fires in the Northeast San Fernando Valley up in Sylmar, you didn't hear a lot about you know, families that have, you know, special needs. So let's say, you know, like a child who has cancer or some type of special needs like that. What is a family to do? Like, what do we do? Do we prepare the same way? Do we go to our doctors and ask, like, for that type of preparedness? What do we do for those kind of individuals?
Obviously, you need to do your research. You need to talk to your doctor about any special needs that anyone in the family has, and make the plan for it. You know, if you have somebody in your house who's deaf, you know, maybe they can't communicate with first responders. They should have a little card, you know, they can show people and say, "I'm deaf. You know, communicate with me this way, you know, write it down."
Right.
Or as Ed said, if you have somebody who's in a wheelchair or otherwise mobility impaired, you need to practice their evacuation route and make sure that they have 2 safe ways to get out of the house.
So use common sense and then get prepared with that common sense.
Right.
Yes.
Really is what you're saying.
Right. Yes.
You mentioned something a little while ago, the website. So
Yes.
there is a website. I was on it earlier today.
Oh, great.
PrepareLA.
PrepareLA.org. That is a website with tons of information, really everything you need to know.
And it talks about all the information that you're sharing with us today is also on that website.
Yes, it is, in English and in Spanish.
And it breaks it down very specifically, because I saw that there was a drop-down menu for earthquakes, and there was another one for wildfires, and there was another one for tsunamis. And
yes.
So it gives all this information in there.
The Red Cross really did a lot of research, obviously, for these disasters, and that information that's on the website, you know, it is in Spanish, it is in English. Everything we just discussed right now is on the website also, so you can go in and you can get all this information. Also, everything we discussed, all of our topics, and specifically the PrepareLA plan is on there, and it's very simple. And I'm going to show this to you. It looks like this. Okay. It's a Red Cross Get Ready, and also we're going to have these at the City Hall.
Okay.
And at City Hall, there's be a stack of them. You can come and get them. They're in Spanish and they're in English, and this is what they look like. And for those of you that are interested, you can swing by there and pick one up. Spanish and English is very simple. Everything we just discussed is on here. But you know what? In wrapping up, I wanted to just touch on a couple of other things for you, and that is that you know, preparedness is as easy as, you know, taking it one step at a time. You know, so one of the things that like I said earlier, it's about empowerment, and I think the most important thing is for the children. If you have children, you want them to be ready. Start the conversation with them tonight over dinner. You know, with the family at dinner time. Assemble a mini kit. A mini kit could be assembled easily, and what that is maybe grab a grocery bag, a plastic grocery bag, throw an old pair of shoes or huaraches in there, and you can put a bottle of water in there maybe. You can also put a flashlight if you wear glasses, as I do. If you need them to see, you know what, old pair of glasses, throw them in there. Tie them to your bedpost. That's really important. And, you know, because if you think about it, remember when the earthquake hit, especially for the 1994 earthquake, that came at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, I remember that.
You know, so you want to be ready. So if you can just grab, if things are rocking and rolling.
I couldn't get out of my room. The door was jammed.
Yeah, and
shaking.
If everything was rocking and rolling and your glasses are on the side on your bedstand, you know, you're probably not going to find them.
Yeah.
So you have something to just go grab and run with.
Right. What are some of the you know, questions that when you're doing the training, what are some of the top questions that people ask you?
One question I get a lot is, in an earthquake, should I run under a doorway? The answer is no, you should not. That's a total myth. The doorway is no stronger than any other part of the structure in modern buildings. Actually, you should not try and go very far during an earthquake, because remember, the ground's going to be shaking. You'll probably just fall over and hurt yourself.
Right.
So
what do we do? Do we get underneath like
you have
a table?
Something like this?
Well,
you have a table like this is probably your best bet to kind of get under that.
Okay.
Yes, the proper response to an earthquake is to drop, cover, and hold on.
Okay.
Now, by drop, we mean drop where you are. Again, don't try and run outside, don't try and go very far. Just drop down where you are, and then take cover under a nearby piece of furniture. You know, something sturdy like this table or a desk. You know, don't go under like a glass top table.
Right.
Yeah.
Take cover.
Get rid of your glass top tables. No, no.
Yes. Take cover, and when you're under the table, you want to cover your head with one hand, and then this also protects your face.
Okay.
But you can still see.
Right.
Because what you're worried about in an earthquake is not the earth opening up and swallowing you. That's not going to happen.
Right.
What you're worried about is things falling on you.
Absolutely.
And so what you really want to do is protect yourself from, like, you know, glass from the window or a light fixture or a bookcase. So drop down, take cover, and then hold on and ride it out. The Northridge quake lasted about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That was enough.
It felt like a lot longer, but actually
Right.
the initial shaking should be over pretty quickly.
Okay, very good.
So just drop cover and hold on, and then be ready for aftershocks.
Okay. Any other questions that you think are information that you think is very important for people to know?
Yeah,
I think all of this is important, but
go to the website. You know, also this is an opportunity for people to get involved also, because you know a large portion of the Red Cross, the staffing, the majority of the staffing is all volunteers. And you'd be amazed at how much, and what areas you can help out. There's so many areas in the Red Cross that you can help out. And you know what, it's at your time, at your volunteer time.
Right.
And they have such a variety, and they make it so easy for you to participate. And you know what, it's just the right thing to do also.
no, absolutely.
Yeah, it really is. Giving back to the community, getting involved with an organization like the Red Cross. It's phenomenal how organized they are. It's run
So let's
like,
say somebody does want to volunteer. Like I want to volunteer. I mean, I could go onto the website and figure out where do I go into volunteer opportunities and sign up there, or how does this work?
Yes,
That's it.
There is a tab for volunteers.
Yeah.
And basically the process, you would go to an volunteer orientation,
Right.
And they would tell you about all the different opportunities.
Okay.
And then you would fill out an application and basically check off the areas that sound interesting to you, whether
Okay.
it's, you know, disaster relief or CPR training. You could learn to be an instructor, or you could learn to be a preparedness education specialist.
Let's say I want to go and talk to an actual person. Is there anywhere in the San Fernando Valley that I can go to and
As a matter of
sit down
fact-
and talk to someone?
As a matter of fact, there is. We have our Burbank location, and all these sites can be located on the website also.
as well.
But we have a Burbank in the east side of the valley. We have a Valencia office. We have a Santa Monica office, which is our main headquarters for this greater Los Angeles area.
Very good. And I'm assuming they need.
And they can call me.
Okay, very good. And I'm sure they need Spanish-speaking volunteers as well. People who are
Absolutely.
bilingual in whatever
Hablamos
languages,
español
right?
también.
We
Yeah.
love bilingual volunteers
Yes.
because obviously a lot of the community, is bilingual. English is not their first language, or sometimes they don't speak English at all. And so we really, really value bilingual volunteers.
So the three things that we wanted to walk away from here today are, again,
make a kit, get a plan, be informed.
And if we didn't get all the information written down right now as you're watching the show, where can we go to get that information?
Go to our website, PrepareLA.org, and to remind you, I'm going to let you wear it around your wrist. This is one of our little bracelets that has the American Red Cross, Are You Ready, and PrepareLA.org on it.
Very good, very good. So we want to make sure that our audience knows that this is not just for the City of Los Angeles. This is a county effort, the greater Los Angeles region. It includes cities like San Fernando and other independent cities throughout the county of Los Angeles. It's an effort through the American Red Cross in partnership with the county of LA to go out there and prepare ourselves, because it is not a matter of if this is going to happen, but when it's going to happen. Thank you very much to the both of you for being here with us today. Ed, thank you. Lisa, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
On behalf of the Red Cross, we want to thank the City of Los Angeles, our City of San Fernando, for having us for your show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gracias por darme sangre.
Gracias por darme refugio.
Gracias por salvarme la vida.
Apoya la Cruz Roja y cámbiale la vida a alguien, empezando por la tuya.